Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Helix 10 light pendant. This is the 137430. There's also a 14 light version of this. Watch that video too if you get a chance. A lot of good information in both videos. Let's get into the size of this itself. This is 22 inches high, and that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the bottom socket to the top of the top socket. So it won't be including any bulbs. This is 25.9 inches in diameter, so just about 26. It's a good size. When we get into the overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself, and there's going to be a great range that you can work with this. The shortest this can be is going to be 28.4, and with the pipes that are going to come with it, the longest it can be is 61.4. So that said, you're going to be getting 10 feet of wire with this. If you guys need this to be longer than that 61.4, you can order additional sets of these pipes. The pipes that are going to come with it are going to be 3 of the 12-inch. That's a 12-inch. There's going to be 1 of the 6, and there's going to be 1 3, and then the little connectors that have threading on the ends are going to come with it as well. And basically, how you put this together, well, let's hit the install sheet, and we'll kind of go over it. So on our page or Hubbardton Forge's site, on this side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations, instructions, PDF. So open that out for me. You are going to see on that page a full parts list of all the parts you're getting with this as standard product. It's also going to show you how to put it together. And basically what I would do is I would set this on a table or on a counter, probably on a towel, just to make sure you don't scratch anything. And then you're going to feed the wires through all these different parts. So you would feed it through the connectors, you would feed it through whatever pipes you want to do, and then you would exit the top of this, which is going to be your canopy. And then it's really super easy just to screw the parts together, just like this. So they screw together beautifully. And where they come together is really a tight seam. You know, once this is together, you barely even can tell there's a seam there. Can you even see it? Because I can barely see it. Anyway, so it's going to give you that opportunity. You can order longer, well, it's going to come, like I said, with 10 feet of wire, but you can order extra kits to get you beyond what you see for that 6140. If you have to go way beyond that 10 feet, let's say you have a 30-foot ceiling, and who knows, you might, just drop me a quick email, and we do custom versions of these things with more wire. But, you know, this is going to carry most of what you guys need out there in the real world right now. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this. This is going to be using a 5-inch canopy, 5-inch ceiling canopy. It goes over your standard 4-inch junction box, just like that. It's slope ceiling adaptable already. Right at the top of this, there is a knuckle right here that it's going to allow this to bend 45 degrees, just like that. So you don't have to do anything if you have a slope ceiling. It's already going to be all set up. It is 15.6 pounds. Actually, it's a 6.5-inch canopy. Sorry, I said 5, but it's 6.5. 15.6 pounds, so it's not very heavy at all. Let's hop into sockets, because a lot of you guys are going to be wondering what they are using. When you look at the other video and the other page for this, the 14 light, you're going to be noticing they're using a completely different bulb, which changes the look greatly on this. The one on this this version of it, I'm not sure exactly what bulb that is, but I have a whole bunch of bulbs that will work here. It's a very easy socket, common socket out there. It's called a Type B candelabra. You've seen it all your life. It's the smaller one, the smaller top on that. Now, don't forget, you've got 10 lights on this, so you don't have to go too crazy as far as wattage goes. It's also a dimmable fixture, so put it on a dimmer. Make sure you put it on the right dimmer if you're going to be using LEDs, which I think you should. And let's go over some of the bulbs that you could use. Now, like I said, there's 10 of these. You could just use a little night light, and we use these in our showroom all the time. You see them commonly in every drugstore or hardware store out there, easy to get. You can find these in LEDs too. I found little night lights in LEDs. I think they were like a 4-watt equivalent or something like that at Walmart, believe it or not, on a Sunday afternoon. So I picked them up. I think it was like 1.7 watts, and it threw a pretty good light. So, you know, when you add up 10 of these, that may be what you use. And that would give you that little look like that, that little kind of, you know, bulb on the end of that. However, you know, on the other one, I think it's the 14 light version of it, what they're using is a G15. And the G15 comes, it's like a ping pong ball size, basically. I think it makes it look a little more modern, you know, contemporary. Comes as a frosted, which is the one they picture. Also comes clear. So a G16 is that one. If you're going to be using incandescent, these are going to max out at 60 watts. So keep that. Actually, I take it back. They max out at 40 watts on this for some reason. Don't know why, but again, you have 10 of these. Do you need 400 watts of light? Most likely not. So 40 is going to be probably good for you. Now, all that said, these come in LED versions too, and when you do look those up, or you hit any hardware store, it's going to be called a G16.5, and the size is just a little different to accommodate for the LED and the circuitry that goes inside of that. When you get into the LEDs, again, there's no limit because it's probably going to be like a 4 or 5 watt LED, something like that. And you don't even need to go that high because don't forget, you've got 10 of these lights, so you can scale it down a little bit. So when I talk about LEDs out in the world, I always talk about the color of light. 2700 Kelvin is going to be that warm sunset look. On the other side of that, that cold hospital waiting room look is called bright white, and that is going to be 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. A lot of people don't want to use that in something like this, though they might. A lot of designers started tinkering with that white light, and they tend to like it. Me, I like this nice, warm, incandescent glow that I grew up with. It makes people look good. It makes things look good. It's a nice, crisp light, so I can see the edges on everything pretty well. This is a 3,000 Kelvin LED, and I just picked these up anywhere, and you can get them in these little guys too. So, and that's called warm white, and that would be my choice on this. So I would probably pick up for this, I kind of tend to like this little globe idea, and I would probably pick up maybe 40 watt equivalent versions of these, maybe even 20 watt equivalent versions of these, but 40 watts are going to be easy to find. 40 watt equivalents, probably in this kind of white globe. Dimmable version, going to be very important on this fixture because you've got 10 of these lights, and I think you're going to be good to go. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things, so you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.